Hello, happy Sunday night. Happy Easter if you're celebrating that. Happy Passover if you're celebrating that. Happy Freedom from Religion if you're not celebrating anything. And it was a beautiful day. Spring is definitely in the air. And what can I say? New life everywhere. Okay, I just had a wonderful Easter celebration with my family, and I'm ready to get started. So, welcome everybody to Diana the Happy Lawyer, the 10th edition. We're in double digits now. Hi, Kyle. Great to see you. So, we're at the 10th episode of the archives of Diana the Happy Lawyer. And last week we talked about change, and the tips from there, that was to, first of all, you have to want to change. You have to believe that you can change, and you have to take small steps towards bigger steps to change things. And one of the most important thing was that you may have to change your attitude before you change anything else, before anything else changes in your life. If you have a happy and jovial attitude, it's going to be easier. But if you're negative and cynical all the time, then everything is going to be negative and cynical no matter what you do in your life. And I gave the analogy of being in a car in wintertime when all of the salt and snow is on the outside of your windows of your car, and it just is really dirty all the time, and you're inside your car and everything you see is covered with that same dirt that's on your windows. So that if you have that dirt is your attitude that's just surrounding you, then it doesn't matter if there's a beautiful sunny day on the outside, because you're looking through the dirty windows, and that is going to cloud your view of whatever's outside. So make sure to clean up your attitude before you try and change things in your life, because your attitude is going to determine whether or not you can successfully change things, and how things are going to come out when you do change them. Hi, Ken. Hi, Joanna. Happy to everybody. So, tonight's lesson is don't stress out about meditation. Everybody stresses out about meditation. It's like ordering a double cheeseburger at McDonald's and then getting a Diet Coke. You can't do both of those things. You can't stress out and try and calm yourself with meditation. Hey, Annette, how are you? So, since we're talking about meditation tonight, I am going to start with 3 deep breaths. I want everybody to take 3 deep breaths. Now, when I say deep breaths, I mean breathe not just into your lungs, but into your stomach. I want you to fill your whole chest and let the air go down into your stomach. And then we're going to hold it for a second or two and exhale. Don't worry about, breathe in for the count of this, hold for the count of that. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just breathe in deeply to your comfort level. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then breathe out to your comfort level. And we're going to do that 3 times. Okay? Okay, ready? Let's get started. First, breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Last time, breathe all the way into your stomach. And breathe out. Feels good. Okay, that was a meditation. That was a very short 30-second meditation. So if anybody here is going to say that they can't meditate, I can tell you now that you just did. You just meditated. So get it out of your mind that you can't meditate, because you can. And my first lesson was attaining the unattainable. When you either have to change your definition of unattainable or you have to change your goal. So here, a lot of people always say, oh, I can't meditate. I can't meditate. And this is where they get stressed out. I can't meditate. I can't meditate. Well, guess what? You have to change your definition of what you can't do. Meditation is attainable. It's not an unattainable goal. So you just meditated. So forget about saying that you can't meditate because you just did. Now, what does that tell us? There are a lot of different types of meditation. We just did a 30-second meditation. And you hear a lot of times people go like, oh, yeah, if you get all upset, stop and take 3 deep breaths. Now, how many people have done that? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've done that, if you'd said, okay, stop and take 3 deep breaths. So I can't tell if you're raising your hand, but I'm going to assume, raise your hand if you ever stop and took 3 deep breaths because you were upset about something. Well, that was meditating. That was calming your mind so you would have a better way of dealing with whatever was going on, whatever stressful activity was going on. So if you've done that, you've already meditated. So forget about the I can't meditate. It doesn't happen. So you can meditate. That was a quick meditation. There are other kinds of meditations. There's meditation for 20 minutes. There's meditation for an hour. There's sitting quietly and doing nothing and meditating. There's guided meditations. Now, if you have trouble doing meditation on your own, use a guided meditation. And there's tons and tons and tons of them on YouTube. And basically what a guided meditation is that it talks you through what you're doing, a meditation. So it'll say, start by thinking about your feet, and your feet are feeling heavy, and move up to your ankles and your calves, and it'll work all the way up through your entire body. Maybe you've heard one of these before. And that's a very good way to meditate. It definitely calms your body, and it keeps your mind focused on the task at hand, which is relaxing your body, trying to relax. And that is a very good thing. If you're going to do it, you can use earphones. Earphones are very good. There's lots of YouTube guided meditations where you're also watching something that is very soothing, like a waterfall or something like that. You don't always have to close your eyes. You can keep your eyes open. The thing about closing your eyes is, obviously, we have our eyes open, right? I can see a million things, and that's just my direct view, not my peripheral view. When you close your eyes, it cuts off that visual stimulation that's going to distract you from going inside of your head. So a lot of times closing your eyes for meditation is going to help because it's basically going to cut off one of your really active senses of seeing. Also, they say sit in a quiet place. That cuts off your senses of hearing because that's going to distract you. If you hear cars going by, or you hear your cat screaming in the other room, or the TV's on, you want to get away from that. So you want to try and get rid of any outside meditation. That's why when you're doing a guided meditation, using earphones is very good. There's a really excellent guided meditation that I listen to, and I do all kinds of meditations. The meditation I love the best is called Kelly Howell, Howel, Kelly Howell, and it's called the One with God Meditation. And you can find it on a YouTube channel called Brain Sync. Kelly Howell, One with God Meditation. And it's really great. It's about 30 minutes. She says you can use it when you're going to sleep, that you lay down, listen to it, fall asleep. It doesn't matter if you fall asleep because the messages are still going to go into your subconscious. But the first time I listened to it, I was walking on the beach, and I was really, really enraptured with it because it was really consuming, and there's a lot of double and triple layers that you're listening to, and tones that are being set off. So that's a really good thing. Kelly Howell, One with God Meditation. Also, if you're trying to relax and you're having a hard time getting relaxed for your meditation, I don't have them here because they're in the other room, but use essential oils like a lavender, a lavender oil or a eucalyptus, even Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub is like eucalyptus. I love the smell of that. You can just put a little under your nose. You can put a little on the side of your temples, and that's going to relax you. It's going to open up your arteries. They're vasodilators, so they're going to open up your arteries. And it could, if you ever have that, you can get rid of a headache too. Open up your arteries so that you have more oxygen flowing in your body. There are different types of meditation, guided or on your own. Now, when you're doing the on your own meditation, a lot of times they want you to count your breaths, okay? Okay, take a deep breath in like I did before. In that short period of time, 30 seconds, when you're just focusing on your breath, the reason why that works is because you don't really even have time to think about anything else. You're just thinking of deep breathing, deep in all the way into your stomach, holding it and letting it out. It only takes 10 seconds and you do 3 in a row. So the effect of that is that it calms you down because you don't have time to think of anything else, even for that 30 seconds. So some guided meditations will have you, all you do is breathe and think about your breathing. Breathe in and out. Just think about your breathing while you're meditating for 20 minutes. And it is very effective also because basically what it's doing is focusing your mind on one thing. And as we've discussed before, you really can only concentrate on one thing at a time. You can only think of one thing at a time. So when you're thinking about breathing, that's going to stop you from thinking about other things. The type of meditation that you're doing there is going to calm you down for as long as you can keep it up. There's also meditations with mantras. I did a TM, Transcendental Meditation class, and it was very good. And they give you a mantra. And a mantra for them is a word that I don't know if it's a made-up word. They give it to you. So they say they've gotten it from someplace. But it's a word that means nothing. It's like a nonsense word. And you say that word over and over again in your mind. And you focus on that word. And if thoughts come in, you go back to that mantra. Or sometimes there are mantras that people say that, in every way, every day, I'm getting stronger and stronger. In every way, in every day, I'm getting stronger and stronger. You can just say that over and over, and that will be something that you are focusing your attention on. And the thing about these things, the focusing of the attention, is so that you don't think about anything else. It's really that simple. You're going to be thinking about other things. You're going to think about your day. You're going to think about, while you're trying to meditate, thoughts are going to come through your head. Before I get on to the thoughts for a second, I just want to talk one more thing about mantras and about words that you use to meditate. And I do this when I'm meditating and I'm having trouble because thoughts are coming into my head. For a second now, I want everybody to think about your car. Think about your car for a moment. Okay. Now I want you to think about your refrigerator. Think about your refrigerator. Now I want you to think about nothing. Think about nothing. Okay, for a second there, when you thought about nothing, did you get a little blank space in your mind? Like thinking about nothing causes nothing to be in your head. When I am meditating, I will very frequently sit with my eyes closed and I'll just say, nothing, nothing, nothing. And I'll just repeat the word nothing, nothing, either out loud or in my head. And it sounds silly, but it has the effect of keeping you focused on nothing. And that's because that's a definition. The definition of the word nothing is nothing. when you use a mantra that's a made-up word, it's hard to think of a definition of a made-up word. So that's why your brain is kind of thinking about nothing when you're thinking about a word that's made up, like, Zuma or something. What? I'm just going to make up a word. Zuma, Zuma, Zuma. If you kept saying that word over and over, you'd be like, I don't know what Zuma is, but I keep saying it. And it's basically going to focus your attention on a word that means nothing, and it's going to distract you from all the other thoughts in your head. That's why when I have trouble, I just say nothing. I say nothing over and over, and it just focuses my attention on nothing, and my body will relax. So these are the different things that you can do in meditation, how to get to thinking about meditating. Now there's techniques of meditation, and there's a lot of different ideas on how you should be meditating. They say sit in a cross-legged position, sit facing east, sit with your palms up. I mean, there are all these different ideas that people want to tell you. Don't lay down, all of this stuff. That is making it very complicated. What you have to do, it's like golfing, you have to have your arm straight and your hip this way. And that, I think I've talked about golfing before and how I thought golfing was amazing because I loved golfing because I couldn't think about anything else other than golfing. When I was golfing, you have to focus so much on your golf swing, where your arm is, where your eyes are, where the ball is, that you can't let any other ideas come into your head. That's kind of like what meditating is. You're focusing so much on one thing that nothing else can enter your mind. So as far as which way you're going to sit, which way you're going to face, if you're going to have your hands up or down or eyes closed or this or that or listening to something or not, those can all kind of tend to distract you from just doing the thing that you need to do, which is relax and meditate. I mean, like I said, don't get stressed out about meditation. These are the things that people stress out. How do I sit? Where do I look? Look east, look west, lay down, sit up. So don't worry about any of that stuff. If you're just starting out as meditators, don't worry about any of those other things that I just mentioned. Forget them all. Don't worry about it. The first thing that you need to do is just nothing. You need to just sit still and do nothing. Now, sitting still for 20 minutes, it's not a hard thing to do. People say, I can't meditate, I can't sit still for 20 minutes. Well, I know in about 45 minutes, a lot of people are going to be sitting still in front of their TV watching Game of Thrones. So you're not going to have a problem sitting still for that 50 minutes. You're probably going to be glued and sitting still. You're not going to move. People drive to work in their cars half an hour. They're sitting still. So you're not going to have trouble sitting still in your car. So sitting still for 20 minutes is not the difficult part. So if that's all you can do is sit still for 20 minutes, that's half the battle of meditating. Just sitting still for 20 minutes. Start with that. Don't worry about your thoughts. Don't worry about, I can't stop thinking. I'm thinking about everything under the sun. Don't worry about that right now. You know you can sit still for 20 minutes because you're going to do it on the way to work and you're going to do it for Game of Thrones. So the first thing to do about meditation is to sit still for 20 minutes. Now, when I started meditating, it was hard to sit still for 20 minutes because it was like, oh my gosh, I could be doing something else in this time. I could be taking out the garbage. I could be getting ready for work tomorrow. I could be, doing my laundry or getting something else or starting dinner. When you're sitting still for 20 minutes and you're quote unquote sacrificing that 20 minutes, in your mind, it's hard to do it. It's hard to commit to sitting still for 20 minutes. But it's something that is an important part of meditation, because when you're sitting still, you're stopping your body from moving. And when you're stopping your body from moving, eventually that habit of sitting still for 20 minutes and stopping your body will slow your mind down. It will slow your mind down from moving. So that's the first thing, sitting still. If you can only do it for 5 minutes, do it for 5 minutes. That's fine. The next thing is thoughts. Everybody's like, oh, I can't stop thinking. I think about all these other things when I'm meditating. You know what? Don't worry about it. Yes, you are going to think thoughts. We are thoughtful creatures. Our cerebral cortex is constantly going. And you're going to think about everything that happened in the day. And the difference is while you're sitting down and these thoughts are coming to you. I got to do the laundry. I got to do shopping for food. I got to make dinner for the kids. I got to get out of here for work. You're going to say to yourself, well, I can't do anything about it now because I'm meditating. So for the next 20 minutes, I can't do anything about it. So when the thoughts come by, it's going to come in, oh, I have to do laundry. Well, I got to wait till later. And you let it go out of your head. Oh, I have to get ready for work, or to cook dinner, or whatever, or get the kids, or do shopping, or pay the bills, or everything that comes across your mind. And they're going to come. It's going to be a parade of thoughts through your mind. It's going to happen. It still happens to me. I've been meditating for 3 years, and it still happens. The thoughts come through. They are going to parade through. But the key is, you're going to just let them parade through. You're not going to say, oh, I can't think about that. Don't think about that anymore. Because when you're trying to force yourself to not think about it, then you're going to think about it more. It's like, don't touch the hot stove. Don't think those thoughts. No, it's the thoughts going to come in, and then they're going to go out. I have to get dinner ready. I'll do that in 20 minutes. I have to take the garbage out. I'll do that in 19 minutes. I have to take the laundry in. I'll do that in 18 and a half minutes. And just push them out. Just push them out. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And basically what you're doing is your thoughts are coming, like they will do throughout your entire day, but you're not reacting to them. You're not reacting to your thoughts. And when you get in the habit of not reacting to your thoughts for that 20 minutes, and you're really supposed to do 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening, when you get used to not reacting to your thoughts, then you're not going to react to them during the day. You're not going to react to a guy that's cutting you off in traffic. You're going to be like, oh, well, yeah, he cut me off in traffic, whatever. Or something big that comes on your desk. It's going to be like, oh, okay, here's another project that I have to add to my list, whatever. And that feeling of thinking through it, thinking past it, just letting it go through your mind, you'll get to it. It's going to be there. It's going to be there in 20 minutes, and it's going to be there in, tomorrow if you don't get to it yet. I have some thoughts, some quotes about meditation. The goal of meditation isn't to control your thoughts. It's to stop letting your thoughts control you. So your thoughts are going to be there. There is no on-off switch for your thoughts. They're always going to be there. So you're going to just let them come and go. And meditation is like, it's like a vacation for your brain. Now, we did the three breath meditation. That is something that was very fast. So that's like a 1 day vacation. That's like going hiking. We all take vacations all the time, different type of vacations. You can go hiking for 1 day. You can go sit on the beach for 1 day. Or you can take a cruise for a week. And that's another type of vacation. Or I go to Mardi Gras every year. It's like a working vacation. I'm really not sitting around doing anything. It's not like sitting on the beach doing anything. It's very active. So you're going to think about meditation as like a vacation for your brain. And there are all different types of vacations, and there are all different types of meditation that you can do. So that's how meditation is going to be used in your life. Short meditation, long meditation, whatever it is. It's just a vacation from your brain. We use our phones all the time. I plugged my phone in before I started this because I wanted it to be charged up. Our phones are going a mile a minute during the day. We're constantly using them. Phone calls, email, text, please. I got the Instagram and the Twitter and everything all in one, 6-inch thing. It's ridiculous. But then eventually I take my phone and I plug it in on the battery charger and I let it sit for 30 minutes. And then when my phone is done charging, it's back up to 100%. This is what meditation is doing to your brain. It's letting your brain sit for 20 minutes or 30 minutes and basically recharging. Now, when I meditate for 20 minutes, the first 10 or 12 minutes, I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking they're all coming. And it takes about 12 or 13 minutes before you run out of thoughts. And then finally you just go, oh, I'm not thinking about anything right now. And you get calm in your brain. And for that couple of minutes, you go, wow, this feels really good. I feel really relaxed and my brain actually feels calm. then thoughts start to come in again. And then you're thinking like, oh gosh, I'm thinking again. I want to go back to that nice calm spot. What happened to it? I only got 5 minutes left. So, it's something that takes a little while to get to it. Sometimes I'll sit down and meditate and I'll right away start to calm my brain. And it's almost like, it's like taking a sedative. It's like taking a sedative for your brain. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about that Young Frankenstein, one of my favorite movies, where the monster is waking up and he's going crazy and nuts, and they're like, give him a sedative. They do the charades thing. Sedative. So they give the monster a sedative and it calms him down. Your brain is like the Frankenstein monster, frenzied and going nuts and going crazy and wanting to break out of the room and run away, wanting to pull out of the restraints and go nuts. And this meditation is like a sedative that is going to calm your brain down. And that's how the meditation works. And there are a lot of different theories of meditation. The Transcendental Meditation, Maharishi Yogi, whatever the rest of his name is, he was the one that hung out with the Beatles, if you're from my generation, a very big influence on them. And what he says is that your brain is like the top of water, the top of the ocean. That's the waves, always bouncing up and down. But if you go beneath those waves about 10 feet, it's very calm. And this is true. Waves are on the top, but 10 feet below, it's very calm. And that's what he's saying that you have to get past. You have to get past the choppy part of your thoughts and go deeper in to calm waves. Calm underneath surface. So that's where meditation is something that it's like how to think about it, like your brain is like Niagara Falls and you're trying to turn it into the Sea of Tranquility. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen every time. It's going to be something that is it's something you have to work on. You can't take a barbell and do a bicep curl one day and say, wow, how come it's not happening? How come I don't have a big bicep? You have to work on it all the time. This is going to be true about your brain. Your brain is not a muscle. I looked it up. It's an organ. But you're going to treat it like a muscle. You're going to work it out like a muscle. It's the opposite of working it out. If I told you there was something you could do that's great for your life, you bring down your blood pressure, cause your stress levels to go down, build your cerebral cortex so that your thinking processes are more focused and you're more level-headed and easygoing and you can reach your goals more quickly, you would say, what do I have to do? It's something you have to do 20 minutes a day. And what is it? It's nothing. You just have to do nothing for 20 minutes a day, and that's going to increase your brain capacity and get you to a much more less stressed life. So here's your brain, okay? Here's your brain. Wow, it looks terrible. This is my my Egyptian brain thing. So this is what you have in your brain all the time, right? Work, kids, laundry, and you have to pay your bills, and the fence needs to be fixed, and the car needs to be cleaned, and you need to get gas, and all of this stuff that's going on in your brain. And this is what your brain is like all the time. This is how your brain works, and sometimes the stuff even goes outside your brain. You're crazy, right? Everything's nuts. So this is what meditation does. Ready? It makes a clean spot. It makes a clean spot in your brain just for a little while. And then sometimes you can make the clean spot bigger and bigger. Now, all the other stuff that's going on in your brain is still going on. You're still dealing with the work and stuff like that. You're going to be dealing with it in a lot calmer way. But this clean spot in your brain, it's going to allow new thoughts to come in. If you have all of this other stuff, I dropped my pen. If all of this other stuff is covering your brain all the time, you're not going to have room for new thinking and new thoughts and new ideas. So your meditation is going to make a clean spot on your brain so that new thoughts come in. And that's a huge benefit of meditation. Besides all of those scientific health benefits, this is a huge thought of meditation, is that benefit is that you have new thoughts come into your brain. Now, is it going to happen while you're sitting there? Are you going to be sitting there, oh, I can't wait, I'm going to do meditation for 20 minutes, and according to Diana, at minute 16, I'm going to have a breakthrough, I'm going to have some great idea. It may not, no, that's not the way it's going to work. It's not going to happen right then. But as time goes on, then later in the day, because you have that little clean spot on your brain, later in the day, a thought might come to you. A thought on how to fix a project that you've been working on. A thought on how to overcome an obstacle that's been in front of you. A thought of a new idea of how you want to deal with something. Or even a thought of a product, something that you want to do, or a way to help a friend who's been having trouble. As you go through the rest of your day, that little clean spot is going to stay there. And the more you meditate, the more you work on it, that clean spot is going to get bigger and bigger. And you're going to be able to have more and more thoughts come into your brain. And you're going to be able to deal more calmly with the other thoughts that are going crazy in your brain. The crazy Frankenstein monster is always going to be there. But the meditation allows for that crazy monster to be sedated just for a little while, so that you can have clear thinking and you can have thoughts come into your brain that, may help you in your daily life. So after you start doing meditation, and people I try to do it in the morning, I try to do it at night. When you're doing it at night before you go to bed, try the sleep meditations. There's a million of them. Sometimes they're just tones. They're binaural beats, they call them, and you can use that before you go to sleep, and it's going to just calm your brain. It's going to take that Niagara Falls and turn it into the Sea of Tranquility a little bit. Anything that you can do during the course of your day, even if you have just a few minutes when you get in your car, before you start to drive home for work, just sit quietly. You're in a safe place. Your car's locked. You're sitting there. Turn on the air conditioner or the heat, whatever, and just sit quietly with your eyes closed. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, it's going to help you to center yourself and just be calm. And even if the thoughts go through your head all the time, don't worry about it, because by sitting still for that amount of time, you're training your body to sit still with nothing to do on purpose, and you're going to forgive yourself for that too. Don't feel guilty about sitting for 20 minutes and meditating. People get up in the morning and they take a shower. There are people I know that won't think about leaving the house without taking a shower. But meditating is kind of like a shower for your brain. So if you're not going to leave the house before taking a shower, don't leave the house before cleaning your brain too. A 20-minute meditation is going to do as much as a 20-minute shower. It's going to calm your brain down, and it's going to have a longer effect through the course of the day. And if you take a shower every day, meditate every day. Use your brain. Clean your brain every day. It needs to be cleaned every day. All the stuff that goes through it, your brain needs to be cleaned every day, twice a day. David Lynch, he's a big movie producer and a big meditator, and he says the thing about meditation is you become more and more you. Meditation is going to let you get in touch with yourself. It's going to clear the thoughts of everybody else in the day, everything else that you've been told by other people, and it's going to give you a chance to just reconnect with yourself. We had a very spiritual day today, a very spiritual weekend. That spirit that everybody is trying to get in touch with is inside you. It is the divine spark that makes the world go. Animals are constantly in touch with that divine spark because they're not worried about bills and laundry and all of that stuff. Animals are natural meditators. They can just stare into space. They could just, they're doing nothing all the time except existing. So this is how you have to focus, purposefully take the time to focus and let your body calm down. And that's when you're going to get in touch with the divine spark that is the origin of your being. I know it sounds a little crazy, a little flighty, a little flaky, but it's the truth. We all have it. It's what makes us all go. And we all have it in common. Doesn't matter what color you are, what you believe in, what you don't believe in. When you get in touch with yourself and the origin of your being, you're going to like yourself more, and you're going to appreciate yourself more, and by that you will also appreciate everything else that's going on outside you. And if everybody meditated, we'd have a better world. I mean, I really think that that's true. And one of the things I'm trying to do here on this Sunday night thing is to make the place a better world, so get on board with me. The thing that we all want is love. Everybody wants love. That's the strongest emotion in the world. So get in touch with it inside yourself and love yourself. At the end, I close by saying, I love you all, and love is all you need. I mean that. Love is all you need. If there was nothing but love, there would be no judgment. Everybody's so judgmental of other people for stupid things, stupid superficial things that I can't understand. A friend of mine had their kids were redheads. She had redhead kids. And they used to get made fun of at school because they called them ginger kids because they have red hair. Imagine something so superficial and minor, and you're being judged by that. So release the judgment. Meditation will that's the other thing. When the thoughts are going past your mind, you're not judging those thoughts. You're not judging whether they're good thoughts or bad thoughts. You're not judging whether you're thinking about them or letting them go. You're not feeling guilty about not dealing with your thoughts and about letting your thoughts. So all of judgment ceases when you are just sitting quietly and getting in touch with the divine spark that's inside you. So do that, and you will feel better. And if it doesn't happen in one day, if you can't get the big bicep in one day by doing bicep curls, you got to do it. You got to do it for a month. It's going to take at least a month or 6 weeks before you feel the bicep while you're working out. So stick with the meditation. And if you miss a day, don't worry about it. Just go on to the next day. Or, do while you're walking, even while you're in the shower. While you're in the shower, just clear your mind. Let the water run over your head. Imagine that you're in an amazing waterfall in Jamaica, or the what's that biggest waterfall in the world? The Victoria Falls in Africa. While the water's coming over your head, just be at peace and put yourself someplace else and let all of your thoughts of everything going on go away. But whatever it is, no matter where you do it, when you wake up in the morning is the best time to meditate because your brain is closer to alpha waves, delta waves, whatever the waves are, the ones that are closer to your subconscious. So when you wake up in the morning and it's your best time to meditate because you're closer to calm and peaceful. Don't look at your phone. Just get up and sit on your bedside. A lot of people have a snooze button. I have a snooze button that's 10 minutes. So after your alarm goes off, hit the snooze button, sit up, and just sit in your bed. Sit straight up. A lot of people and a lot of meditation techniques want you to have your spinal column straight. There's a lot of scientific evidence. I was watching an MIT lecture about your cerebral spinal fluid that goes over your brain and up and down your spinal column. And that's what it does all day. It goes over your brain, up and down your spinal column. And there's a meditation, I believe it's Paramahansa Yogananda, great guy, the autobiography of a yogi, Steve Jobs was a big fan of his. He's into this. He's into the cerebral spinal fluid. And just while you're sitting there meditating, feeling it going up and down your body. And that is really the electricity that's the electrical fluid that's jazzing up your spinal column and your brain. But if that's too stressful to think about, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just get up in the morning, sit on your bedside, hit the snooze button, and just don't think about anything until the snooze button goes off. And if it's 10 minutes and that's all you want to do, that's fine. If you hit the snooze button again and you do another 10 minutes, that's 20 minutes. And by that time, your brain will have a chance to run through all the thoughts in your head and get to a point where it can maybe be calm for a second. So that's what I'm going to say about meditation. It's really a shame because I have tons and tons of information that I didn't even get to. But I did get to draw my crazy guy with the spot on his brain. And this is, I don't even know where my thing is. This is meditation. That's what meditation does. It puts a clean spot on your brain. So what I want you to do this week is clean your brain. Just like you take a shower and clean your body, I want you to clean your brain with meditation. Don't stress out about it. Take a vacation from life and meditate for 20 minutes or 5 minutes or 1 hour, whatever you can do. And you're going to feel better for it. And the more you do it, the better you feel. And the more you'll be able to deal with the challenges in your life, because also you're training your brain to focus. Even if you're focusing on nothing, you're still training your brain to focus and to let distractions go out, so that when you get to a challenge in life, you'll be able to focus on that and distractions will go away. That's how meditation helps you when you're not thinking, and also when you are thinking. Meditation will carry on through your day because your brain is going to be working more efficiently. Okay, I'm going to call it a 40-minute meeting. Thank you so much. I see so many people tuning on. Mara, great to see you. Ernie, I see you. Dorada, I know it's a holiday. I wasn't sure. Hey, Rosie, hopefully I'll see you next week at Greek Easter. Ken, how you doing? Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm, what can I say? I'm blessed to have this a chance to 10 weeks it's been, so I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm starting something new now that I'm at 10 days. I want to start something new, and it's going to be 3 deep breaths and a motivational thought. So I'll be doing that. I'll be posting that in the morning, 3 deep breaths and a motivational thought. It'll only take about a minute because the 3 deep breaths take about 30 seconds. And then the motivational thought will take however long it takes to say that. So, I'm a short attention span theater fan. So when this is 30 minutes, obviously, my brain is going faster than I can speak. So my brain is full of all kinds of thoughts for more than 30 minutes. But I know also my brain has a short attention span, and I like to do things in 1 minute. So look out for the 3 deep breaths and 1 inspirational thought that'll be coming soon to a Facebook channel near you, and possibly also on Instagram and Twitter if I can get my act together on those things. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week at 8 o'clock. Have a wonderful day. Stay at peace. I love you all, and love is all you need. Thank you. Bye. That's my mother. She used to throw kisses like that. So what can I say? She's with me all the time. Bye, guys. Love you all. Love is all you need. Have a great day. Bye.